Welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? Scrolling endlessly through shared drives, Slack channels, emails, just trying to find that one piece of information.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there. Total black hole sometimes.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're tackling that frustration head on. We're going deep into how modern, really sophisticated platforms are changing the game for enterprise search.
Think of it like getting the inside scoop on a search system built specifically for the messy, complex world of your actual workplace.
Right. Our mission today for you listening is to kind of unpack how these systems help employees find the exact information they need fast without wading through tons of irrelevant stuff.
Which, let's face it, in today's world overflowing with data and apps is huge. It's about getting time back and honestly just being able to do our jobs better. It really impacts productivity.
Totally. And to help us really see how it works, we're looking at excerpts from a document called How Glean Search Works.
Ah, Glean. Yeah, this doc details their architecture, their processes. It really lifts the curtain.
It does. It shows how they're using things like machine learning and smart indexing to deliver search results that actually, make sense. Feels intuitive, finally.
Well, it starts with a basic premise, doesn't it? Most things we do digitally, they kick off with typing something into a search bar.
True.
And web search engines are, they're pretty amazing generally. But searching inside a company across all those different business tools, SaaS apps, that's a whole different beast.
It really is. You've got docs here, messages there, wikis somewhere else. It's scattered.
And growing constantly. That's the problem Glean targets.
Yeah.
The sheer volume and variety makes finding relevant, personalized info a real headache. It slows people down, makes onboarding harder.
Yeah, definitely felt that pain.
Yeah.
So Glean's core offering is essentially an enterprise search platform designed to help every employee find what they need, like instantly.
But it's more than just speed. It's about tailoring it, right? To how you work, who you work with. No interruptions, no delays.
Well, that backstory is interesting, too. You've got founders like Arvind Jain, formerly at Google.
Right. They saw that generic search tools, even powerful ones, just weren't cutting it for the complexity of enterprise data.
So they aimed for something more personalized, something that learns.
Exactly. Using advanced machine learning to create a search experience that constantly improves, and crucially, they build on what's already there.
Meaning they don't replace all your existing systems?
No. They work with the existing enterprise data landscape. Glean indexes that data and then figures out how different results connect to what you, the individual user, actually need.
Okay, let's dive into that architecture then. The document calls Glean a workplace search platform, delivering relevance through AI, indexing, and this thing called an enterprise knowledge graph. Sounds complex.
It is pretty sophisticated, yeah. It's layered. Think of it in levels. At the top, you've got this adaptive AI and personalization layer.
That's where the smarts are.
That's where a lot of the magic happens. It uses generative LLMs, those large language models everyone's talking about. And semantic understanding, basically understanding the meaning, not just the keywords. It turns words into, like, numerical representations, embeddings to capture relationships.
Okay.
Combine that with knowledge specific to your company, and you get truly personalized search.
And below that AI layer is the knowledge graph. What's its job?
The knowledge graph is like the central brain, maybe. It understands the content, sure, docs, messages, wikis, all that, but also the people, who they are, their roles, teams, relationships, and critically, the activity. Who's creating what, who's editing, commenting, searching, clicking. It connects all those dots.
Wow, okay, so it's mapping out the entire information landscape, including the human element. Then there's a governance engine layer mentioned. Security, I assume.
Absolutely vital. That layer is all about access control, permissions, making sure people only see what they're supposed to see based on the rules already set in your systems.
Good. And connectors, just linking to the data sources.
Yep, the pathway's in. Linking Glean to Google Drive, Slack, Salesforce, whatever you use. And all this runs on the foundational infrastructure layer.
So it's designed to plug into common workplace apps, handle modern collaboration complexity using AI. Makes sense.
Exactly. Now, normally setting up enterprise search could be a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Manual tuning, developers tweaking rankings, messing with permissions.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a massive project. But Glean claims to be easier.
That's the goal. Customizable, yes, but with minimal operational overhead. They want to avoid needing, armies of consultants just to get it working.
How does the setup actually start?
It begins by creating a specific project in Google Cloud Platform, GCP. Crucially, each customer gets their own separate GCP project.
For data isolation, security.
Exactly. Keeps everyone's data siloed. And when it comes to accessing data, Glean follows the principle of least privilege. Meaning it's super strict about permissions. It enforces the access rules that already exist in your connected tools, Google Drive, Box, Salesforce, Figma, whatever.
So if I can't see a file in Google Drive normally, I won't suddenly see it through Glean.
Precisely. You only find what you're already authorized to access. It respects those boundaries completely.
Okay, that's reassuring. And it uses those existing controls to help build that knowledge graph we talked about.
That's right. That knowledge graph is the core, the indexed information hub. And it's built on those 3 pillars: content, people, and activity.
Let's break those down. Content, that's the files, messages, tickets.
Yep. Documents, Slack messages, Jira tickets, wikis, even specific entities like project names or company acronyms, all the actual stuff.
Got it. And people more than just names and a list.
Oh, yeah. It's identities, roles, teams, departments, groups, but also understanding who works on what, tenure, location. Yeah. It aggregates data from different tools to get a full picture of the org structure, even the informal collaboration networks.
So it understands the relationships and context around people. And the third pillar, activity.
That tracks the interactions. Who created a doc, who edited it, commented, what people are searching for in Glean, what results they click on. It shows how information flows and what's actually being used.
So how does it get all that content initially from all those different apps?
Through connectors. They have over 100, apparently, each tailored for specific apps and their unique data models, their APIs. A content crawler then indexes the body and the metadata.
Metadata like title, author, date.
Exactly. All that becomes searchable. And you can even tweak how much weight Glean gives to certain metadata fields, customize filtering options.
And the people data. It pulls that from HR systems, directories, collaboration tools.
It aggregates across those tools, yeah, to build that comprehensive view of each person and their connections. It understands roles, teams, who collaborates with whom.
Okay, so we've got this rich knowledge graph built. Now walk me through the search itself. An employee needs something? What happens?
Right. So all that info is compiled into a central search index. The user types a query maybe in their web browser, the mobile app, or a browser extension.
Let's use their example. Someone needs last quarter's OKRs. They type, maybe with a typo, Q4 OKRs.
First thing, Glean's smart enough to suggest spelling corrections. Did you mean Q4 OKRs? Simple, but helpful.
Definitely. But what if the file isn't named Q4 OKRs? Maybe it's called Q4 Objectives and Key Results.
That's where the deep learning, the semantic understanding comes in. Glean gets synonyms, company jargon, the context. It can figure out that Q4 objectives and key results is probably what you meant by Q4 OKRs, even if the words don't match exactly.
Powerful. Okay, but what if there are multiple files with similar names, like engineering's Q4 OKR, sales Q4 OKRs? How does it know which one I want?
This is where activity and people data shine. Glean looks at your recent activity and your team's activity. What docs have you viewed or edited recently? What's been shared in your team?
So it uses interaction patterns.
Exactly. It prioritizes results based on things like recency, who shared it, who's clicking on it. The most popular and relevant file for you and your team should surface higher.
And team affiliation helps too, if I'm on the engineering team.
It'll likely prioritize the engineering Q4 OKRs doc, even if there are similarly named ones from sales or platform. It understands your context within the organization.
And this ranking isn't static, right? It learns.
Constantly. The algorithm watches what results users click on for certain queries. If lots of engineers search for Q4 OKRs and click on that specific Q4 objectives and key results doc,
Glean boosts its ranking for that query in the future.
Precisely. It's a continuous feedback loop, always improving relevance.
Makes sense. And can users filter results if they get too many? Like, just show me presentations.
Yep, absolutely. Filter by file type, the source application, how recently it was updated. Lots of options to narrow things down.
So the whole journey: user query, intelligent interpretation, context from activity and people, personalized ranking, filtering options, and continuous learning.
That's the gist. And it's all designed to be fast, running across multiple APIs, using up-to-date company data. It finds what you need, stores info about that search session, what you clicked, your team, role, etc., to make the next search even better.
So wrapping this up, Glean seems like a really sophisticated take on enterprise search. It's building that rich knowledge graph, using AI for personalization and understanding context, and really prioritizing making it easy to use.
It's a big step beyond just matching keywords. It's aiming to unlock the knowledge actually within an organization, making it accessible in these really complex work environments.
And for you listening, understanding how these pieces fit together, the AI, the graph, the activity tracking, shows how modern search becomes less of a chore and more of a, well, a powerful tool for discovery and getting things done.
It really changes the game from basic lookup to actual knowledge discovery.
Totally. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Beyond just saving time, what happens when search is this intelligent? Could it spark unexpected connections, maybe link people to information or even other people they wouldn't have found otherwise? Could it lead to new ideas, new collaborations that are just sitting latent in the data right now?
That's a fascinating thought. What else could we uncover?
Exactly. What does this mean for how we manage knowledge, how we collaborate going forward? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.